I've spent over a decade doing SEO for e-commerce and B2B brands and across hundreds of clients, and I've tested pretty much every strategy you can think of, from technical audits and content rewrites to all of the new AI SEO tactics that keep showing up on LinkedIn every single week. And most of it doesn't get the results people claim it does, but a handful of strategies have been really crushing it for us. Like 53% organic revenue growth with half the ad spend for one of our e-commerce clients and an award-winning campaign with another. So I decided to record this video to break down the 3 strategies driving those kinds of results right now and exactly how to apply them to your own e-commerce brand. Let's get into it. Use video to get cited in Google and AI search. The first strategy I want to talk about is using video, and if I had to make one bet for where SEO visibility is heading right now, this would be it. Because right now, AI platforms are increasingly showing and citing video content when users ask for answers. Video is also harder to fake at scale since making a video takes a real person with legitimate expertise. That's what makes it valuable right now, because text is so easy to mass produce with AI and video still isn't. Now, for video to actually get cited by Google or AI, there are a few specific things it needs. Every video needs a full transcript because that's how Google and AI systems read what's inside it. Then the video itself has to be built around a clear, opinionated point of view rather than generic advice anyone could give. Also, it needs to be published on a page on your website with the video embedded into it. That's where the signals live. On that page, you need the video itself, a full transcript underneath it, clear information about who's in the video, their credentials, and links to relevant work. This is exactly what we've invested in the Beyond SEO podcast, because it gives us a library of videos backed by people with real expertise that AI platforms can pull from when someone searches and asks for trustworthy information on SEO. So what you should do is pick one topic your brand has a real point of view on and record a video about it. Make sure a person from your business is the one explaining it with specific examples and evidence they can back up. Then publish it the way I just described with the full transcript on a page that clearly shows who the expert is, their credentials, and links to the relevant work. That one video will do more for your Google and AI visibility than a dozen generic text articles of the same topic. By the way, if you want us to take a proper look at your SEO and show you exactly what's holding it back from producing noticeable revenue for your business, you can book a free intro call with us by clicking the first link in the description. Now let's keep going. Turn your own data and client results into citable content. The second strategy that's been working very well is publishing content built on your own real data and results instead of generic advice, because generic content is cheaper to produce than ever, which means there's a flood of it, and both Google and AI platforms are becoming pickier about what they cite. So when every brand in your niche is publishing the same 10 tips, there's no reason for an AI platform to pull your version versus all the others. But when you're the only source for a specific data point, a specific client result, a specific benchmark, you become the citation. And the good thing is, you likely already have this content sitting right in your business right now. It's just not been published. Things like client results, before and after numbers from your campaigns, data from audits you've done, and comparisons you've put together yourself. All of it is original by definition because it came from your business and doesn't exist anywhere else. The only work is about packaging what you already have into something public that other people can cite. So let me give you an example of how this plays out for us. We worked with a UK-based driving course company called Pass Me Fast, and that campaign went on to win Best SEO Campaign at the Northern Digital Awards in 2026. Now, I've actually got that Northern Digital Award right here. So yeah, that's proof. And yeah, we're really proud of that. And as part of a wider strategy, of course, you can kind of see the podcast and all the different content that we're publishing on our blog. You can see that, we've been shortlisted recently as well for the European Search Awards 2026 6 times, which is a record for us, which is amazing. And then, there's our Northern Digital Awards win right there. And, we published an article. So, of course, leveraging the campaign as much as possible and writing about it on your own website is going to help AI systems kind of synthesize all that information and say, okay, this brand has done X and it should be trustworthy for this topic because of all these other signals in terms of, the credibility, trustworthiness, all these kind of signals that these platforms are going to be looking for, right? Part of the reason it got noticed was because we actually published the data and the process behind the work, so other people could see what was done and why it worked. None of that would have happened if we published yet another generic top 10 SEO tips article, because there are thousands of those and they all look the same. So what you should do going forward is pretty much straightforward. Pick one result, one data point, or one before and after from the last 6 months of your work, then write it up with the actual numbers, the specific context, and what you learned from it. After that, publish it on your own site with clear attribution and give it a structure that makes it easy to quote, meaning specific numbers up front, a clear methodology, and direct conclusions. And I'm telling you, that single piece of content will get you further than 20 pieces of generic advice because it's the only one of its kind. I also want to show you just a quick client example in terms of how this actually works. Let's say if you're an ecom brand. So we recently got a lovely link for one of our clients, Do Not Age, and they're an organization that does a lot of research around products that can help you live a healthier life. So what they did was they produced a survey to 2,000 Brits. 64% of UK adults cited physical decline as the biggest fear about aging. So these are quite some really good headline kind of pieces that they came up with in terms of the research, and this is their actual customer data in terms of the best-selling anti-aging supplements in 2026, and then they kind of provide some analysis in terms of why they're so popular. So as you can see, that's one of their products there, and it's a registered trademark as well, which is fantastic. And then we got some lovely external links pointing back into the site, so you're getting those beautiful backlinks at the product level. Although it's quite a niche blog, it's still nice to get cited in third-party platforms, third-party websites, etc., because this of course feeds AI, citations as well as links back to website. Obviously going to be very, very helpful. And also it's another way to kind of showcase your authority if you've done any kind of internal research that you want to share publicly. Connect SEO to the rest of your marketing. The last strategy that's consistently producing results for us is treating SEO as part of a connected system rather than an isolated channel. When SEO is run completely separately from email, paid, and content, your rankings can go up without your revenue going up with them. Because if SEO isn't sharing keyword data with paid or intent signals with email, you end up with 4 teams solving the same customer problem 4 different ways. And the brands actually getting results from SEO are the ones where those 4 channels are working together instead of each doing their own thing. Here's what this looked like for an e-commerce client we worked with. They'd been investing in marketing for over 2 years before coming to us, and results had been declining. What fixed it was simply connecting SEO back into the rest of their marketing. We rewrote their homepage for buying intent, aligned category pages to commercial queries, and improved product templates. Then we reactivated email with proper segmentation tied to the same intent signals we were targeting organically. And we also tightened attribution so the team could actually see which channels were driving each conversion. Organic search revenue grew 53% year on year, email attributed revenue jumped 178%, and ad spend dropped 50%. Total revenue went up 12% following a 20% decline the year before. I'm just going to break down some of those results. So we did a full report for them, and this is the technical SEO section, and you can kind of see the desktop visibility increased by quite a huge number, and we can see that there was a website redesign at the end of last year, and you can kind of see that visibility grow in terms of desktop and mobile. A huge percentage of their customers are actually mobile users because they essentially service salon owners. So if you own a salon, a spa, they will supply products to you on via wholesale or bulk buy. So a lot of these people are on the go all the time servicing their clients, so they're going to be on their phone, they're not going to be in front of a desktop. So mobile and desktop visibility, improving both of those was quite key for us. So yeah, that kind of shows you some of the results that we achieved for them. Also in terms of organic performance, you can kind of see some of the keyword improvements as well. You can see some of their best ever rankings for high volume keywords. This one had a search volume of over 6,600 searches a month, which is a good indicator that there's a lot of demand for that particular term. And of course, we applied a very much integrated approach in terms of the organic growth strategy, focusing on email because email is a very key channel for them. And we were able to increase open rates well above 30%. They were sitting below the average, 26%, before we started working with them. And even now, some of their messaging is actually achieving a much higher percentage than that. So sometimes 50, 60% open rates, which is unheard of. We've really helped them launch specific campaigns to target the audience. Also looking at in terms of growth for them as a whole, SMS campaigns have been really big. So we helped them launch that back in April of last year. And you can kind of see their subscriber growth grow over time. Mobile is a very key platform for them because obviously their user base are on their phone, on the go all the time. So, SMS campaigns are going to be vital alongside email. So you kind of have to have a holistic approach to how you're targeting specific buyers for specific niches and specific audiences. So always think about your customers. So yeah, really proud of the work that we did. We also helped them migrate from WooCommerce over to Shopify, and we're hopefully gonna see continued growth for them in the course of this year. Now, the reason this is so effective is because the foundations underneath every channel are pretty much the same. The same buyer intent that drives a search query, drives the email open, the ad click, and the content engagement. So when all 4 channels are built around the same buyer language, each one makes the others more efficient. And SEO reduces your dependency on paid over time, which is a much more valuable outcome than any single ranking. So here's exactly what you should do to start applying this. Pull your top 20 converting keywords and ask yourself whether your email flows, your SEO strategy, and site content are all using that same language. If they're not, you've got 4 channels going in different directions, and fixing the consistency there is usually a pretty quick win. Now, if you want us to look at where your SEO currently stands and what strategies you should implement right now to get the fastest return for your specific situation, click the link in the description to book a free intro call with me. We work with a small number of e-commerce and B2B brands at a time, so every client gets direct access to the specialist working on their account rather than going through an account manager in the middle. So again, you'll be able to book that call by clicking the first link in the description. And if you want to see how this e-com brand recovered over 300 lost keywords in 9 months, then check out this video next.